What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our weekly podcast. I'm Josh. That's Jacob. I'm not gonna lie, we do this rain or shine. I'm a little under the weather, as you can probably hear. I
Did
sound
I
terrible.
did I give it to you through the mic last
That's what
week?
I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. You literally got me sick over the interwebs.
That's
But
crazy.
we're here, man. We grind it out. So sorry I sound a little terrible, but we're working through it and we're doing good. We're here, man. That's all that
Good.
matters.
Good. I'm glad that we're here. Yeah, I didn't realize that you weren't feeling good and I was not feeling good last week. It's just going around. It's that time of year.
It's that time of year.
Not COVID though. So like
No,
a little bit of a positive there, I guess, but it still knocked me out a pretty good amount of time. And hey, we do this rain or shine though, like you said, and here we are on this football Sunday, November 23rd,
absolutely.
recording. Breaking news,
Yeah.
Nosh.
Yeah.
As of about 45 minutes ago, pressing the record button out of absolutely nowhere, Brandon Nimmo traded to the Texas Rangers for Marcus Simeon. A
Yeah.
swap, a straight up swap. At least that's what I'm seeing. I haven't seen any like minor league players associated or cash deals with it. Brandon Nimmo, not a Met?
Yeah. Right?
Really?
It's
That
a
seems a
weird,
bit weird. That's going to seem very, very weird to start off next year. So,
it's a
any
weird
initial
trade.
thoughts? It's like I, out of nowhere, just opened up Instagram, boom, MLB. Look what happened. Wasn't expecting that today.
I'm trying to think of who the Rangers are gonna now play at second base.
Brandon Nimmo.
I mean, I know
No,
Nimmo is pretty versatile, but
no,
he was playing outfield
he's more
for
of
the
an
Mets.
outfielder.
Yeah.
Um,
And
they
who are the
have
Mets gonna play in the outfield?
maybe like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know. Jake Berger, second base. That's not going to happen.
Sure.
Yeah, Rangers, what's up? I don't
That's
know.
kind of a
Why
weird, yeah.
why why did you like this trade? I would love to know because it happened out of nowhere. Now,
Very random.
I have a question for you
Yeah.
because we've seen crazy moves happen in the off season, like Otani going to Toronto, but not actually going to Toronto and then just signing with the Dodgers. We've seen trades now happening only a couple of weeks after the season ended. Brandon Nimmo and Marcus Simeon. My question for you is, are these moves, are these trades, are these transactions, are these signings more interesting to you? Do they attract you more during the season, or
Ooh.
do they grab your attention more in the off season? Because we've not had baseball for 3 weeks and all of a sudden something kind of
Yeah.
big happened. It was like, whoa, that's kind of hot. The stove is still cooking some spice.
I think it means more in the off season because it's the only thing happening. So like the full focus is on the trade. Where like if a trade happens during the season, it's like it's still big, but there's games going on, there's highlights, like there's other stuff going on. But now it's like I feel like it stands out so much more because it's the only thing happening. And that makes it feel like bigger.
Hmm.
Maybe a
Yeah.
hot take, but
I don't know. I mean, we saw, like I was saying earlier, we saw Shohei sign in the offseason, but we also saw Vladdy sign during the season.
right.
So exciting for you as a fan, no matter what, if that's your player signing. But from a neutral standpoint, I'm kind of like, personally, I think the offseason, it doesn't match the trade deadline,
No.
but if your team's picking up a big guy in the offseason, that's huge. That gets you
Yeah,
already excited for the next season, and it's not even that season yet. So I think those offseason moves can be sneaky exciting.
for sure. Plus, you got to think too, like a lot of the offseason moves are at the very least for a whole season, if not multiple seasons. I feel like a lot of deals done in the offseason are for multiple seasons. A lot of trade deadline deals are rentals. So it's literally you're getting that player for 2 months, knowing they're going to be gone. But if you sign a player or trade for a player in the offseason, you're probably going to have them for at the very least a full year, if not multiple years. So bigger deals are done.
Yeah. Yeah. So very, very interesting way to start off the podcast for sure. Jeff McNeil, I feel like that was him and Brandon Nimmo were like the two Mets that like just the annoying lefty Mets that didn't hit home runs, but against the Brewers, I feel like they always hit home runs. And now one of them's gone. See you later, Brandon Nimmo. Now in the
See you
American
later.
League. Marcus Simeon, hey,
Yeah, I like
sure.
it for the
He
Mets.
he fits right in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean, who was playing second base for them the most this year?
so like will
McNeil?
Lindor will play short, Simeon will play
Yeah.
second. Was it Acuna? Acuna
Yeah,
baby?
Luis Angel. Yeah, baby Acuna.
Was it McNeil? It was probably McNeil, but he was
Yeah.
hurt for a little bit.
Are they gonna have McNeil like DH?
I don't know. McNeil's a DH. That's like,
Yeah, that seems like a waste.
yeah,
No offense. I mean, all the offense. We don't like Jeff McNeil.
that's well. Reese Hoskins is going to be gone, so
That's true.
we can be back on Jeff McNeil's good side, I guess.
Sure. Neutral.
Yeah, yeah. But there you have it.
Or
There you have it. A trade to start
third
off,
base?
or to start off the post, to start off the off season here. So
Yeah.
what a way to do it. But that's not the point of today's episode. Today's episode, we are tanking. We're tanking some
Oh,
teams.
tank? Tank for
We're
McDavid?
tanking. Yeah, honestly, you're tanking your sickness right now.
I
But
am taking.
we are taking all 30 of the MLB teams and ranking them, giving them a grade. S tier through F tier season for them. I don't link I sent you had an F tier, so we're gonna have to add an F
Oh.
tier because there was one F tier team this year for sure. So we're going to give them a grade, and we are going to be placing each team in their respective categories subjectively. So this is respectively kind of to how they were projected to have their season, but also factoring what happened during the season, if they made the postseason, and so on and so forth, highlighting some bright spots. But think, hour-long podcast, you got 2 minutes per team. If not, we're gonna go quick here. So
Quick.
without further ado, let's get zooming.
Oh, that's the same color.
It's the same
F tier
color.
is gonna be.
You're not sharing your screen right now, by the way.
I know. I was gonna just put it in the F tier first. It's gonna
Gotcha.
be this color. Yeah, sure. For the colorblind folk out there.
Yeah, so we're gonna go in alphabetical order here, starting off with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going by cities alphabetical order here. So Arizona Diamondbacks are your
Oh,
number
jeez.
one team that we are going to be talking about today. Quick, like I said, the Diamondbacks, they finished, where are we at here? The Diamondbacks, they finished 80 and 82. They were hovering around 500 the entire season. They kind of made a little late season push, but didn't end up making the postseason and finished 80 and 82. Corbin Carroll was great this year. We had him coming back, which
Yeah,
was awesome.
yeah,
We had a bunch of other bright spots like Pavin Smith starting off the season. That was pretty crazy. But then we also had some bad things like Corbin Burns,
true.
Tommy John, no more. Diamondbacks 80 and 82 after their season last year, their season 2 years ago.
Yeah, disappointing. Plus,
C tier season, maybe?
yeah, I mean they sold off, but then were like half competitive
Do we
after
even
they
put them in the
sold.
D? No.
I know. Let's put them in C for now and kind of feel the vibe.
Okay. Okay.
They very well could end up in D, but let's keep them in C for now.
All right.
I think
This next one's very interesting.
I
We have your Atlanta Braves who finished 76 and 86. Sure, Acuna was hurt for a little bit,
true.
but this was not Braves standard. This was really bad.
True.
And I'm tempted to put the Braves into the F tier.
I was also going to say F tier.
You think the Braves had an F tier season?
I mean, like, they're arguably the most disappointing.
Hmm.
Like, for expectation purposes,
Right.
they just were so far under expectation.
76 and 86.
Not
That's
good.
just not the Braves we've come to know and love at all.
Not good at
At
all.
all.
Not good.
Orioles,
I mean,
very similar to the Braves. I would
very similar.
say the
Less
Braves'
expectation.
expectations were probably slightly higher than the Orioles,
Agreed.
but the Orioles started off really bad and could
Yeah.
never recover. I would say the Orioles, I would be a little bit more lenient towards them and put them at the D tier.
I was also going to say D tier.
Yeah. Any highlights from them? Catch the one game sticks out to me
Yeah, I mean, the game. Yeah.
where
They
they
were a
blew
part of one of,
Yamamoto's
yeah.
no-hitter.
Yeah,
That might bump them up from the F to the D just from that game right there.
that's true. They were
So,
a part of one of the
yeah,
craziest games of the
shout out
season.
Jackson Holiday. Man, D tier season for the Orioles. We're
What a
starting off kind
start.
of slow.
What a
We're gonna pick it
start.
up. We're gonna pick it up with the next two teams, but a C, a D, and an F so far.
What a start. Haters.
Haters for sure. Red Sox. Red Sox are an interesting team this year as well. They did end up making the postseason,
Yeah.
and that's about it. They've
I
been
was to
pretty
say,
inconsistent recently, but they finally made the postseason this year. Definitely not an S tier season.
no.
They didn't get it done against the Yankees in the postseason. Cam Schlittler,
Nope.
shout out Cam Schlittler.
Yep.
And yeah, didn't put up anything much in the postseason after putting up an 89 and 73 record. But they've also been inconsistently recently. I would put it at a B.
I would agree. I was to say, if you look at their regular season, I would probably give them an A because they kind of lived up to expectation and their division was really good. But then they kind of fell on their face in the playoffs. Not good.
It's a close to an A though. It's like
Yeah.
a B plus.
Okay.
Cubs,
S-
Cubs, I would
Very.
probably put as the first team in the A category. 92 and 70, 90 win season. Would it have won the division other years? Absolutely. So, can you throw that aspect in there? Yes, but also the Brewers kind of did it to you during the regular season and in the playoffs. So,
Right.
do you downgrade your season to a B just because of the Brewers? Just because of your rival? Maybe.
Yeah.
But now you
I
can't
mean,
give a team who won 92 games a B of a season.
yeah. I mean, it's hard, right? Because, like, they had a really good season and probably a little bit better than some people expected, but you didn't win the division and you lost in the first round. Well,
No,
not the
they didn't.
first
They beat the
round.
Padres. They beat the
I
Padres.
know.
So
You
they did.
lost, you did win a series, but then you lost to your biggest rival the first time you ever played them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty disappointing.
With it being Craig Counsell too, like I would love to see where Cubs fans would put their season. Maybe we'll reach out to Bree, be like, well, just rank your
Yeah,
season S through
there you
F
go.
tier.
There you go. I'm
And
okay putting
I put him
it.
at the A though.
I'm okay putting it in A, but it will end up towards the bottom. It might even be top of B.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
How do you even, okay, go. How do you
White
even rank
Sox.
the White Sox? Like they they weren't really disappointing because they did what everyone thought they would do. And they weren't the worst team.
They weren't the worst team, but they finished 60 and 102.
Yeah, it's not
And
great.
it's the same thing over and over again. My little tiny bright spot coming out of Charlotte, Colson Montgomery. He's gonna hit 30 next year.
Sure.
Just you watch.
They've got some young talent.
They do have some young talent. Drew Thorpe, pitcher. Smith,
Shout out.
pitcher.
Shout out.
So there's some good talent there as well, but I think they still had an F tier kind of season.
Worse than the Braves?
Mm, yeah. Well, expectations wise, no, but they had 100 losses.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had 100 losses.
It's true.
What's happening in White Sox territory? I don't know. I'm watching their
Yeah.
AAA team, and the AAA team seems just fine. Kyle Teal,
Yeah.
he was pretty good.
Yeah. That's bad coaching.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
White Sox. Reds. Reds are another interesting one as well.
Very,
Your
very
Cincinnati
interesting.
Reds. I would put them higher up for sure. They made the postseason for the first time in a little bit, but also ran into the brick wall of the Dodgers. That being said, it's the Reds we're talking about here. The Reds could have very easily finished fourth or fifth in the division. Maybe not fifth to the Pirates, but instead they made the wild card round, and I would put them high B, if not very low A.
I would also put them in A. I'm I'm close to arguing higher
Mm,
because
I would put them in A.
the Reds, I think you have to go kind of based on expectation, and they did not have very high expectations, and they have a very bright future. They
Hmm.
have a lot of great young talent. Their pitching was amazing. So I think they're going to be pretty solid for the next couple of years. So
Hmm.
I think this season set them up very nicely.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, kind of.
All right, on to the Cleveland
Oh man,
Guardians.
what do you do about the
And
Guardians?
man, were they were in every single tier on this list at some point throughout the season,
Yes,
I feel like.
a hundred
They
percent
had
yes.
S tier moments. They definitely had F tier moments. But coming back and doing what they did to make the playoffs, and not only make the playoffs, but then go ahead and lose in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's so many
it
roller
was.
coaster things that happened to the Guardians this season. Is that a B tier season? Is that just an average season?
I think you could argue in the last what 2 weeks of the baseball season they went from like a C to an S down to a B, maybe back down to a C again. Like you did all of that work to come back,
The
and
15 and a half
then
game
yeah,
deficit
like
to
one of the
win the
biggest
Central,
ever,
but
and
then
then
lose
just
the Central
just to
or lose the
lose.
wild card.
Yeah, to the team that you just gained 15 games. Yeah, I don't, how do you rate that? That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you average it out in the middle to like a low B.
It's a B. It's a B
Yeah,
tier
yeah,
season for the
yeah.
Guardians.
I think it's below the Red Sox too.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Oh
All
boy.
right.
Oh
Rockies
boy.
are the lowest F tier that you really have.
Yeah.
Again, shout out to me for picking them as the worst team this year.
Shout out.
And they were. Were projected at early on in the season to be the worst team ever. Not
Not even
just
a
in
question.
2025, but the worst team ever. They brought it back. They're not, but they also did finish 43 and 119. A 424 run differential.
Brutal. Brutal.
Divide that by 160 games. They're losing by almost 3 runs a game.
Yeah. I mean,
And that's all of the games. That's not just their wins and losses. That's all of the game they average losing by 2.5 runs.
one of the worst seasons ever. Easily.
Yeah, not good.
They could
Not
probably
good.
have their own tier.
All right. And we just talked about the Guardians. Why not talk about the Tigers?
Yeah.
And they got a little shout out last on the first debut segment of Remember When. They were the first team to 30 wins. That's pretty great. They also blew a 15 and a half game lead and wound up in a wild card spot, but then also were a game away from making the championship series. And who knows what would have happened if they ended up playing the Blue Jays? You never know.
Right. Right.
So overall, definitely higher than the Guardians, I would say, even though the
Yeah,
Guardians were the ones actually winning the division.
agree.
But from how the season started, can you put them in A?
Mm,
It's
no,
got to be maybe a high B tier season for the Tigers.
I would agree. I would put them above the Red Sox.
100%.
Yeah, above the Red Sox for sure.
So you think expectation wise slash all of the things that happened throughout the season and postseason that the Reds had a better season subjectively than the Dodgers or than the Tigers?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think I think the Reds beating expectations by so much and the Guardians being in a pretty weak division, or the Tigers, I mean. Um, but then they won a playoff series. I like the Reds coming up against the Dodgers, everybody knew what was going to happen. So like, I don't know. I think you could argue that those two are pretty even. Reds and Tigers.
Yeah. Yeah. I would, yeah. Yeah, I like where we're
I
at
like
though.
it. I like it there.
Astros are a very interesting team here. Astros are next on the list, and they were very injury plagued throughout the season. Jordan specifically. Framber seemed to not have the greatest of seasons. We had highlights like Jeremy Pena, but then he got hurt. Cam Smith, but then he cooled off. And the
Yeah,
Astros did finish above 500. They finished with 87 wins, but it wasn't good enough to even make the playoffs. And we didn't see Houston in the playoffs. And for that reason, even though they finished with 87 wins, that's a C tier season for me.
agree.
Higher than the
But
Diamondbacks, I would say.
very much so agree. Yeah.
But there was nothing great about the Astros.
Nope.
I think Jordan definitely would have made a difference.
Sure.
Jordan,
Sure.
a healthy 160, 100, even 45 game Jordan would have made a difference. But instead, the Astros just don't even make the playoffs. One of the teams I had mid-season kind of hot. I was like, Jordan's going to come back and they're going to light up. And instead, eh, Christian Walker,
Yeah. Crazy.
eh.
Disappointing.
Yeah,
Crazy to say 87 wins is disappointing, but
right,
gotta make the playoffs.
right. Speaking of disappointing, how about the Kansas City Royals?
No kidding.
My pick to win the World Series.
Yeah, ouch.
We're
Not great.
flirting with like the top of the division early on, but it was a 500 season overall. 82 and 80. So a little teeny tiny bit above 500. And it seemed like towards the end, or at least like the last 2 months of the season, it really became dominated by the Tigers and eventually the Guardians, and the Royals were just stuck behind
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Central.
They were just never like they could never break away. They were
Hmm.
always very much like 500 ball.
Hmm. And again, some more key injuries here. Cole Reagan specifically missed very much so through most of the season. Vinny can't seem to stay healthy for 100% of a season because he's pretty good. I would put them their season average season, C
Yeah.
tier above the Diamondbacks, below the
Yep.
Astros.
Agreed.
Sweet.
Agreed.
Angels. Angels, nah, man,
Bad.
just not
Just
good.
just bad.
Just not very
And like
enjoyable to watch. Mike Trout has fizzled batting like 230.
crazy.
Um, there are some highlights, like Joe Adell had a great season, finally, after years and years and years of him being a prospect. I feel like him and Torkelson kind of similar trajectories here, but Joe Adell had a pretty good season this year.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, Zach Neto was hurt for a little bit. Hopefully he can come back stronger next year, but they finished 72 and 90, and I think that's a pretty low D tier season for me.
Yeah, agreed.
Not an
I
F.
would
Not
I
an
would say
F, but
below the Orioles for sure.
yeah.
Okay,
Dodgers. All right,
okay,
our favorite
yeah, yay,
team. Our
yay,
favorite team.
yay. Anyways, moving on. No, I'm just
Let's
kidding.
real quick, just for content's sake, where would we put their regular season? I would
I
put their
think
regular season maybe at like a high B, just because they
I would
did
say
what they needed to do.
between Cubs and Reds.
You'd put them at an A for the regular season?
Middle A, yeah.
Okay. I'd put them lower.
I mean, they like as much as they didn't care about the regular season, like it was injuries and they still won the NL West, a very strong division. Like they still beat the Padres, which is crazy to think about. And that's them like resting their players longer because of an injury and doing that kind of stuff. And
Hmm
they still won the NL West and then cruised to the World Series too. Like, I don't know.
hmm
Pretty solid. Doesn't get better.
Yeah. S tier. S tier overall season. Dodgers. You can't not say that about the World Series winner. Marlins. Marlins are a very interesting team because they ended up
Very.
finishing 79 and 83 after being put in that worst team category to start off the season.
Yeah,
But we had players like Jacob Marcy, shout out the guest last week, the pickle last week,
absolutely.
popping off. Kyle
Augustin
Stowers,
Ramirez.
Augustin Ramirez. Hopefully Yuri Perez can be healthier.
No
Sandy
kidding.
didn't get traded,
Yeah,
so they're sticking with him. 79 and 83 when people were saying that this Marlins team might finish alongside the White Sox with 60, 65 wins.
right.
Is
Yeah.
that a low B tier season?
Ah, man.
Or do they deserve like a high C maybe?
Uh, like it again, we're not going based off of, I mean, we are going based off of record, but it's all relative.
Right.
Like, so I would probably put them above the Astros. But I feel like B and above is reserved for teams that highly outperform their expectation or made the playoffs.
Okay.
So I'd put them at the top of
High
C.
C. High C. And that brings us to your hometown homer team,
Ooh,
the
ooh,
Milwaukee
okay.
Brewers. This one's easy for me.
Yeah,
This one's easy for me. They were the best team in baseball. They were projected to win 83 games, finished with 97 wins. NL
franchise
Central
record.
champs pretty handily and did it in every which way possible. One of the worst postseason series you will ever see against the Dodgers. Doesn't take away from an S tier season. It's an S tier
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
Pitching was
I think,
good. Offense
yeah,
was surprisingly good. We were one home run away. I jinxed it, by the way, from a Yelly 30-100 season.
yeah,
And there are highlights too. Churio was looking great in the postseason. Mizorowski was looking fantastic in the postseason.
absolutely.
And everyone did it. Put up 97 wins. That's an S tier season. Now,
Yeah,
if they did it again next year and were the best team in baseball and got shut out by the Dodgers again, not an S tier if they do it again.
agreed.
But this year, definitely. This year's top tier season for the Brewers.
Yeah, 100%. This one is also easy for me.
The Twins.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Twins.
F.
F.
Okay,
FC. Yes.
F. The
It's
Twins,
either a low D or a high F, but
the
they exploded.
Twins,
They had a 13 game winning streak. They had
dude,
an A tier season going on.
they were expected to compete for the division with the Tigers and the Guardians and the Royals. You could argue.
And not
The
the
only
White
team
Sox.
that not the White Sox. And they stunk. They stunk so bad. They sold their team. They traded so many players, players with control.
Their whole
So many
bullpen.
players with
Their
control.
whole bullpen is gone.
For what? Why are you trading players with control? It makes no sense. It's poorly run, bad season.
F
F.
tier season.
Honestly, I might put them below the Braves.
Oh, really?
I don't know, man. Like, they were not good.
Yeah, they were bad too. And the Braves still have people coming in.
And the Braves,
The
like you
Twins
could
really
like be like,
don't.
yeah, they were hurt, and I don't know,
You can't really say that as much for the Twins. Yeah.
not as
Yeah.
much, not as much.
Yeah.
This is a great distribution right now.
This is a good distribution. We're doing all right so far. How many teams have we put in so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 13, 15, 17 teams. We got 13 left, and the next one on the list are your New York Mets, finishing at 83 and 79 and not even making the postseason after signing Juan Soto.
Yeah,
What?
that
Pete Alonso
yeah,
opts out of his contract immediately.
yeah,
Who
not good.
knows if they'll sign him for more? Who knows if he'll wind up somewhere else? I'm putting the Mets in a D tier, man.
I agree. I agree.
D tier season for the New
Like
York Mets.
arguably one of the most disappointing teams.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you could argue that
I
in
might
the
put them even
NL.
below the Orioles,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though they were 83 and 79. I'm not putting them below the Angels, but
yeah. I could see that. Got
yeah.
didn't make the playoffs. Highest
Yankees are an
payroll.
interesting one too. Yankees are next on the
Yankees.
list here. Of course, your New York Yankees finishing 94 and 68. Judge winning MVP. Yankees making it to, well, not nearly as far as they wanted to go in the postseason, getting beat up by the Blue Jays, who we all know what happened to them later on, which we'll get to. I'd say it's your average Yankees season, 94 and 68. It feels hard to put that at a B tier. I think that's an A tier season for the Yankees.
I agree. I think Yankees fans
But they
would tell
Yankees fans
you,
might put it at a B or a C.
yeah, because like Yankees are kind of World Series or bust every year.
Yeah, maybe okay, where maybe we put the Yankees
I
lowest on
would
A tier.
I would put them lowest on A or top of B, honestly.
Okay. Maybe top of B. Maybe top of B even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Because like you're gonna throw the Yankees into that, like, sure they play 162, but I'll see you in the postseason category.
Exactly. Exactly.
So their season depends a lot on what they do in the postseason, and so do their expectations for the next year.
Right.
And they were in the World Series last year. So for the next year, you would want to try and repeat and then also win the World Series. And they didn't even come close to making it to the World Series.
Nope.
So B tier season for the Yankees. Cam Schlittler, though. Shout out Cam Schlittler.
Shout out.
Oakland.
This is an interesting one.
Oakland's kind of fun
Yeah.
because they produced this year, even if it didn't show up on the record side necessarily. But they finished 76 and 86, still below 500, of course. But this is decent compared to years past, is it not? They
Yeah.
produced the Rookie of the Year. They
Rookie of the
produced the
year.
Rookie of the Year too.
Yeah. The talent, young talent is amazing.
Yeah.
But
So
like also like kind of sold a little bit too.
a little bit, but also now they have Leo DeVries,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they don't have Mason Miller. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might put the A's season. But you can't put the team in Sacramento at a B.
No, I would say top of C.
It's a C tier season for
I would
the
say
A's.
top of C.
With S tier seasons from Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, you could probably argue B, but like I said, like B should probably be playoff teams or teams that highly exceeded
Yeah.
expectation.
I think A's are definitely closest non-playoff team to B that we have so
Yeah.
far.
And I don't think the A's like super highly exceeded expectation. I think they definitely did, but it wasn't like, holy cow, the A's season was amazing. It was
Right.
like, oh, A's are fun. They have young talent. They're playing well. Like they should be good in a couple years, hopefully.
Right. So where do we put the Phillies then? Who,
Ugh,
again, great regular season. We're up there with the Brewers fighting for the best team of the year. Fell a game short at 96 and 66, but that's another 95 win season for them.
right.
And no, it's not an S tier season, but it's got to be an A tier season. Phillies fans might fall in the same boat as Yankees fans here and be like, nah, the way we lost to the Dodgers, it's lower tier. It's a B tier season. I'd put
Right.
the Phillies at low A.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Maybe, maybe lower than the Reds and lower than the Cubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Cubs fans or Phillies fans are more content with this season? Probably, I don't know.
I would say they're probably both disappointed.
Yeah.
From an outsider
From a
perspective,
neutral
like,
perspective,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, solid.
yeah. Pirates, hey, Cy
Bad.
Young winner.
Yeah.
Pirates are the most D tier team that exists in
Yes, they are.
baseball, I feel like.
Yep.
Like, they haven't been an F tier team as of
No,
recent, but they also haven't been above like a C plus tier team as of recent.
agreed.
D tier season for the Pirates. Send it. They finished, by the way, 71 and 91.
71 and 91. Is that a top
That's
of
a
D? I don't know, man. Like they had a
yeah,
Cy
that's
Young
not.
winner, which is like if you're looking at individual seasons, I'd say they're above the Mets.
Yeah, but for Mets, I think the Pirates fans are definitely more content than Mets fans.
Yeah,
100%.
agreed.
100%.
Agreed.
Um, Padres. Padres losing to the Cubs in the postseason, but also making some crazy moves, picking up players like Mason Miller. Solid trade deadline. Didn't go too far in the playoffs, and I feel like a lot of people expect the Padres. They got Machado, they got Tatis, they got pitching. They have a
Right.
decent enough bullpen now, including
Yeah.
Robert Suarez, who we might do a pitchers episode soon. So keep an eye out for
Yes,
him.
sir.
I don't know if I can put them higher than a B tier.
No. And I think they're actually a lower B. Like,
Maybe like in between the Red Sox and the Guardians, or in
do you
between the
think
Tigers and the Red Sox. Yeah.
do you think Red Sox fans or Padres fans are more content with their season?
Red Sox fans losing to the Yankees, it's the same thing as Cubs
Yeah,
fans
that's
losing to the
true.
Cubs or
That's
losing to the
true.
Brewers.
Yeah, I like them there. I mean, like they can't beat their big brothers. Like they're a perennial wild card team because they
Hmm.
can't beat the Dodgers,
Hmm. Well, they
which
didn't
is
get a chance
disappointing.
this year, but
Yeah, well, I'm in the
oh man.
division, but
Where are we going with the San Francisco Giants? Finished 500, 81 and 81. But we're also threatening for a playoff spot at the end of the season and totally blew it. Totally fizzled out within the last couple of the weeks and didn't put much of a fight. They had some great moments throughout the season. Maybe the number one moment of the season, the walk-off inside the park grand slam.
yeah,
Like, what?
right,
That doesn't
right.
happen. But also, we were kind of rooting for you to make the playoffs there for a little bit, and you almost finished under 500. So, Giants, sure, maybe not projected to be better than the Dodgers in the West, but I thought they'd put up a little bit more of a fight with the Diamondbacks, with the Padres.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what their expectation was at the beginning of the year because I don't think it was super high. But like the Giants like should be contenders.
Yeah, I'd put them below the Diamondbacks. Like the Diamondbacks finished slightly higher,
Yeah.
but still were disappointed. And yeah,
And
I
like
think it's a C tier season.
The Rafi Devers trade, you signed Adames, like you kind of went for it and
Right,
had nothing to show.
right.
I,
Like it
I like
it
that.
didn't help.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this one's pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
I think this is top of A.
You think Mariners are higher than Cubs on A tier?
Yes.
Mariners
I mean,
definitely.
you're like a couple swings of the bat away from a World Series appearance. One swing of the bat away from a World Series appearance for a team that's never been. Like, I guess you could argue that that's disappointing to them, but I think they had a great season. and I think they should be top A.
Yeah, 90 and 72, and they reached the ALCS. So can't be terribly mad at that. Bringing back Suarez, who didn't end up doing too much for them, but
Yeah,
it was the vibes were high until they lost. The vibes were high in Seattle. A
yeah,
season, A tier season for them.
yeah. Agreed.
Cardinals,
Bad.
bad season.
Disappointing.
Disappointing season.
Mid. Did you ever hear anything about the Cardinals? Like the
No,
Cardinals are in our division, and I don't remember hearing a single thing about them the entire
it
year.
there was just a lot of nothing happening. Um, we had again like little highlights here and there throughout the season, but there was never like I don't think they had a 30 home run hitter. I don't think they had a 100 RBI hitter.
Right.
I don't think they had like an all-star pitcher that truly showed up and put like an under three ERA. There just wasn't that guy for the Cardinals this year. Arenado's going to be gone, most
Yeah.
likely.
Yep. Bad. Like,
It
okay, the direct comparison would be the
the
Pirates.
Pirates, exactly. And I would put them lower than the Pirates, even though the Pirates
Yeah.
finished lower in the division. The
Right.
Pirates, just because of that's how it's been with baseball, and you could have said this for a very long time, and like including the McGuire days and before, that
Yeah.
the Cardinals' expectations have been higher than the Pirates.
100%.
And
Yeah.
even though they finished slightly higher than the Pirates, it's more disappointing. And you're just going to lose players.
Yep.
So hopefully some prospects turn out for the Cardinals. I know they have a few. We'll go over their minor league system later on in the offseason probably, but D tier season for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And next is Rays. Looks like
Ooh.
Rays, another just
Mid.
average, yeah,
Just very
boring
mid.
season there for the Rays. They were threatening
Yeah.
for a little bit, but never really picked it up. Ended up finishing 77 and 85. Junior Caminero,
Yeah. Bright
40
spot.
home run season?
Yeah.
Where did that
Mick,
come from?
Mickey Mouse Stadium though.
I remember watching a highlight. Well, who cares? Watching a highlight of him in I think it was the Dominican leagues or the Venezuelan leagues, whatever
Yeah.
Latin league he was
The
playing
walk-off.
in. Yeah. And
Yeah.
does the craziest bat flip. The craziest bat flip. And I was like, hey, maybe Junior Caminero is going to be a stud this year. And he was more than a stud. He put up
Yeah.
40 bombs.
Yeah. He was great.
Oh, that's a nice little shout out for Junior Caminero. That being said, Tampa Bay Rays C tier season.
Yeah. Like just very C.
Very C, pretty low on the C tier, I would put it.
Yeah. Probably like around the Royals. They
Royals,
kind of feel like the Royals.
yeah, higher than the Diamondbacks and the Giants, yeah.
Yeah.
Rangers are going to be pretty similar.
Yeah.
I feel like Rangers are going to be very similar to the Rays. Where have the Rangers been since they won the World Series?
I was gonna say, if this was
Where
a
have they been?
2 year tier list, they would probably be an F. Like
Yeah,
you win the World Series and then you just go to sleep for 2 seasons straight. It's crazy. It's not great.
and they also finished 500 at 81 and 81. Yeah, that puts them right by the Giants for me.
Agreed.
They might
Very much so.
split the NL West there and put them in between the
I
Diamondbacks and
like
the
it.
Giants, but they both finished 81 and 81 and also should have had higher expectations than where they finished.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so two teams left. One of them very high up, one of them very low up. We'll start with the high up one alphabetically here. The Toronto Blue Jays. And it's very hard for me to not put them in the S tier.
Yeah, has to be.
It's got to be an S tier. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
convinced myself.
again,
I've convinced myself right here, right now.
yeah. Same argument as the Mariners. Like you are literally one swing away from being a World Series champ.
Right.
And I don't think their expectation was even near that, really.
Right. I mean, they
I
won the
mean,
AL East. They finished with the same record as the Yankees, but they won with the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm putting them above the Brewers.
Do you think? They made the World Series?
I think they're right in the
Yeah.
middle. I think they're there.
I mean, Dalton Varsho gets some lift on that ball, it's game over.
Yeah, 100%.
Miguel Rojas bobbles that a little bit more. It's game. I mean, we talked about it a million times. We can talk about it again.
100%.
Bieber doesn't hang a slider to Will Smith with 2 outs. With 2 outs.
Yep.
Oh, and he hangs a 2-1 slider. I think it was 2-1. And that
Yep.
changed the Blue Jays season. That doesn't matter. It's an S tier season for the Blue Jays for sure. And the
Yep.
last team on the list, finally, your Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
Again, James Wood started off hot, kind of fizzled. Dylan Cruz never really picked up to the hype that he had surrounding him. They do have a lot of young talent. That being said, your Washington Nationals finished at 66 and 96. So we can call this rebuild mode, we can call this whatever we want to, but a 66 and 96 season to me is a D tier season.
I was gonna say, I think the one thing that would have made their season better is watching a young rookie play really well, and their two star rookies didn't really play that well.
James Wood was
Not
good for a while. James Wood
He
was
was
pretty
good. He
good.
was good,
He had a good
but
season.
not even. Yeah, yeah. So I would agree with D. I would say probably bottom of D,
Yeah,
maybe in front of the Angels.
in front of the Angels.
The
Yeah.
Angels have like nothing going for them. At least the Nationals have some fun young
Maybe
talent.
I don't know. No, I might put him below the Angels. I might put him below
Really?
the Angels. They lost 6 more games than the Angels did.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, there you have it. I think that's pretty good.
I like it.
I think that's pretty good. We don't really use Twitter anymore, but hey, we can post it on the story on Instagram. A little
There you
screenshot
go.
here.
I
X
like
out
it.
that top right for me, real quick.
This?
Right, it says try Google.
Oh, it was blocked by our screens.
There we go. S tier teams, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Brewers, F tier teams, Braves, Twins, White Sox, Rockies, everyone else in the middle. Let us know what you think. I like where we're at.
Absolutely.
Great episode here. We're not done yet because we got a
No,
couple
sir.
more segments for you. Remember when we introduced a segment last week called Remember When? It's coming back. It's coming back. So here we go. We're throwing it back to May 23rd,
Ooh, May 23rd.
2025.
Okay.
And we had the Red Sox playing the Baltimore Orioles. And it was a pretty close game going into the sixth inning. The Orioles were winning 2-1. But then the Red Sox bats caught fire and they put up a 5 spot in the sixth and were winning 5-2. Sorry, 6-2. And they didn't really look back from there. The Orioles were trying to put something together, but couldn't. They did score a run in the top of the eighth, making it 6-3 and started to threaten. And the Red Sox scored 13 runs in the bottom of the eighth.
That's insane.
13 runs in the bottom of the eighth. The highest scoring single inning in MLB this year, and the
Wow.
most for the Red Sox since 2003. Your boy, Rafael Devers, was actually a part of that inning, hitting a grand slam. And the Orioles eventually had to resort to using Emmanuel Rivera as a pitcher. Who, you may ask, he's a catcher,
Yeah. Not a pitcher.
not a
Not a
pitcher.
pitcher.
So 13 runs. Remember when the Red Sox scored 13 runs against the Orioles?
Maybe we misgraded the Orioles season because they were a part of some of the craziest games this
They
year.
were.
So from an entertainment standpoint, Orioles maybe like a B tier season for them. Just
From an
from
entertainment.
entertainment,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
better or worse too. Because one was in their favor, one was not in their favor.
Well, guess back to sharing your screen one more time
I
before
was
we
just
close out the
saying,
podcast here. Yeah.
ripping the pickle, baby.
There we go. And we talked about
A lot
so
of
many
players.
players
A
today,
lot of players.
but it has to be Brandon Nimmo or Marcus Simeon. I'd say we guess one, and if it's not one, we guess the other, unless it doesn't work out
I
that way.
like it. Let's go Simeon first.
Oh, he's still on the Rangers in here.
Not updated.
Interesting. Okay. So he's either in the NL West, AL East, or Central. So it can't be Brandon Nimmo.
Can't be Brandon Nimmo.
Also
I
younger.
say I say we get the NL West out of the way, and I say we go a let's see, 35. Let's guess a World Series winner, Will Smith.
I like it.
It is the
It
NL
is the
West.
NL West. Young guy on, okay, young guy on the Giants, young guy on the Rockies, young guy on the Diamondbacks. They all have a lot of those.
Yeah,
Let's go with a pitcher.
let's go with the pitcher.
Like a Chase Dolander. Get the Rockies out of the way.
That would be quite the pull. No way. No way.
Oh!
That would have been insane.
Oh, at least it's not a starting pitcher. Although if it's a
Okay.
Rockies reliever, we are in the mud.
Yeah.
Close to
Um,
24-year-old that plays for the Rockies. There's
how
Hunter
old
Goodman.
is
There's Brent Doyle.
I would say we guessed
Oh, it's
catcher
not a
already.
catcher though. It's not a catcher.
I like Doyle. I
Brent
like
Doyle. It
Doyle.
can't be Doyle. I don't think it can be. 25, 26. Oh, can it be 3 years or 2 years?
I think it's two. How old is Carson Beck? Or Jordan Beck, I mean.
Jordan Beck, yeah.
24. Not close enough.
Interesting. And he's from the
Uh,
USA. Chris Bryant. It's not Chris Bryant. There's Kyle. No, not Kyle Freeland's a pitcher.
can you name one Rocky reliever?
Mickey Moniak. No. If it's a reliever, we're
We're cooked. Um, who else is on the
Blaylock.
Rockies?
Bradley Blaylock. He's in the bullpen. No, he's not.
Oh,
No.
oh God. Oh
Oh, they're
God.
they're closers. Halverson. Halverson.
Halverson.
Seth Halverson.
No way. Oh my God.
Yes, I can name a Rockies reliever. I can
That
name a Rockies reliever.
I'm gonna be honest, Seth Halverson not in the playbook. That is a
Wow.
crazy pull.
I made a YouTube video about him earlier this year, and I don't remember what it was about.
Wow. F tier team becoming the pickle. Unreal.
Oh man.
That's
It
crazy.
if it wasn't him, he's their closer. If it wasn't him, it would have been I
Yeah.
would hit give up.
Yeah. 100%. That's crazy. What a pull. Well, there you have it. Your 2025 MLB team ranking tier list. Let us know what teams you agree with, what teams we were wrong about in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a rating wherever you're listening to our podcast. Go subscribe to the YouTube and check out our other social medias as well. And have a great Thanksgiving, by the way.
Heyo.
To all of our American listeners out there, happy Thanksgiving. And we'll be back next week at your regularly scheduled programming. But until then, you just attended batting practice. Now you're ready to get in the game. Peace.
Peace.